Hello, everyone. Welcome to our final college edition, I think. Or actually, no, we're going to have probably a couple more with bowl games, and Joey's going to have his Georgia TCU 3.0, I'm sure. We got his 2.0 tonight, which he gave out earlier in the week. So I don't know. Earlier in the week, we all loved Oregon. And as the week's gone on, I think we each got like 3 or 4 plays now that we're going to just absolutely fire on. So yeah, without further ado, regular season's over. I'm pretty sure I was like a whopping 20-19 on my picks. Something fantastic. I didn't calculate them because honestly, if you watch the show, you can figure it out yourself if you care.
I think we all had pretty good seasons, man.
Yeah,
Okay.
everyone struggled at a certain point, and everyone was pretty hot at a certain point. I kind of started hot, tapered, got lukewarm, and then cold, and then finished with the 2-1.
I started off 2 for 7 and ended up year to date plus 40 units in college football. So yeah, like turned it around pretty quickly.
It's pretty hot. We're gonna increase those units on tomorrow night. Actually,
Facts.
yeah, it's somehow Thursday already. But yeah, you got the Four Idiots here, presented by, of course, Fade You. Feeling like fading myself a lot lately, but we're all having a pretty good week. Getting into college basketball. Shout out Josh Applebaum. We're following your shit. UVA last night and UNC, and the night before was Kentucky. So 3-0 already on a little
rout,
system shit this week. Yeah, it's been
You
hot.
didn't have to watch Kentucky, baby.
Imagine betting Tennessee last night going down 130.
Imagine taking a short home dog.
Miami Hurricanes.
Imagine betting Tennessee thinking they were going to win, and I looked at the score and it was 74-18.
They got within like
Imagine being the sharp and taking that under.
Hey guys, good news. Just my local watering hole, they just walked in. I asked the guys about some plays. He goes, I took Washington +9, and I was like, oh, the Commanders? Because theirs is 9.5 too. He goes, no, the Pac-12, it's neutral site. Seems like a lot for Pac-12 game, right? It's like, I'm hearing a lot of that this week, boys.
Yeah.
Load up the bus.
Been hearing an awful lot of Washington love.
Yeah, no,
when
absolutely.
we get to that, I'll go into more of what I'm hearing when we get to that game. But
well, fuck it. Let's start it off with the Pac-12, man.
Yeah, it's Friday night. Tomorrow.
First game, Duke. Start us off, man.
Yeah, Duke.
Well, yeah. I mean, I even heard today on VSiN that.
Well, hey, what is it? It's Oregon -9.5 over under.
Even going up to 10. It's even touching 10, my lad.
Yeah, it's 10 right now on DraftKings.
Yeah, so everyone I'm hearing, I just keep hearing that they think Oregon wins, but they think the back door's open. They think they cannot lay those points. So, I mean, that seems to be the trend here. And so, I mean, I know a lot of people saying, and I like that Cheese took a stance already and saying, fuck it. But a lot of folks are they're mind blown. They're like, how? They can't wrap their head around that it's a double digits now, like this team just played a month and a half ago and lost. So
yeah, but did they watch the game? Like even in that game, Oregon should have won by 10.
Right, but they're justifying
twice in the red zone. They didn't.
Oregon gave points away, went for it on fourth down a couple times.
Right. What's that worth? 3 or 4 points? Is that 12 points?
Had opportunities to kick field goals, decided not to. But yeah, I mean, irregardless, I mean they lost that game by 3 to now come back 9.5 10-point favorites is completely fucking
and they're better since then.
And I fucking love it.
They've played better where Washington has not since that game.
Well, I think 5 out of 7 5 out of Washington's last 7 games have been one-score games. If you have watched these two teams play, they are completely trending in different directions. Washington has been playing not to lose, where Oregon has been playing to beat the fucking brakes off you. It's no secret. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. I posted it earlier in the week. Oregon minus 9.5 is my 3-unit best bet. We were extremely close to making it my first college football play of the year, 10 units, and decided not to for simple bankroll management and trying to be smart. We've locked up a winning season. It is still just another game, but I thoroughly expect Oregon to beat the absolute fucking brakes off them. I think Oregon wins this game by 21 plus. It's funny, Duke saying that guys are saying the back door is open. It's hard to cover 10 when you're down 30.
I think for me, there's one game I can kind of point to where I was going to lean Oregon regardless, just because I'm like you guys, there's a lot of public sentiment on Washington just because they're getting more than a touchdown. I don't think this game's going to be close, but I can almost point to the point where Washington just started going the wrong direction. It was actually a game me and Duke bet. Everybody else kind of didn't pay attention, but Arizona State at Washington, Pac-12 after dark, they should have lost that game. They literally should have lost to Arizona State in Washington, and
That's a Cheese sleepy special.
Yeah, that Cheese was out. He was done for the night.
Sleeping on money.
Yep. Yeah, and we both stayed up and watched until like midnight, and I was like, this team is hot garbage comparatively to where they're rated. I think they're a competent team, but against Oregon with that speed, dude, Oregon's not going to take their foot off the gas. They want to make sure they get in the college football playoff and get the best ranking they possibly can. I personally think Oregon's probably the best team in the country. I know that may
Whoa. Slow it down, pal.
Just my opinion.
Well, no, I mean, everybody wants Oregon, Georgia. A lot of people want Oregon, Georgia. So I guess he's in line, with that 1-2. But
I'm not gonna lie. I will go on record. If Oregon gets the 4 seed and plays Georgia, and that line is Georgia minus 2.5, we might have a 10-unit play of the year on Oregon.
We may be on opposite sides on that. I don't know. I'll have to take a look at it if that comes up.
Wait, you're on Oregon?
Did you say on Oregon, or did you mean Georgia?
It would be on Oregon if the line was that shitty.
For sure.
For sure. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I've read on Twitter all week. Remember what happened last time they played? Remember? You don't want Oregon in the college football playoff. They get embarrassed like last time.
Wasn't that against Ohio State or no?
Whoever the fuck it was against.
Yeah.
It don't matter. I mean, we hear the same narrative with the Notre Dames, the Oklahomas, the Oregons, that they make it here and they can't compete. We'll talk about it in a little bit. We've been hearing it about Florida State with their second string quarterback. Guess what? You still got to write the story, pal.
One more quick bit on Oregon. I don't think they're anywhere near as good as the team I'm going to compare them to, but they remind me a lot of like that Joe Burrow LSU team where they just have so much talent on the outside and speed that it's really difficult to match up. I mean, they had Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase, obviously wildly different expectations for Oregon receivers in the NFL, but it's just a matchup nightmare trying to figure out how to guard them.
Yeah, their receivers run 4.2. Most corners run a 4.4, which is still fast as fuck, but
yeah. So I was unaware until I dove into this. So I've been sick as a fucking dog for like 8 days, and I've been on my couch like a bitch. I dove into this, I think Monday. I think it was Monday morning. I didn't realize how good Oregon's defense was until I started looking at until I looked into it more. This team is fucking impressive. Me and Duke talked about it Monday afternoon in one of our my Joey Cheese drive home from work, fucking Duke in the office conference calls. I'd be shocked if this Washington team scores 3 touchdowns. I would. I'd be shocked if Washington hits 21 on this defense the way Oregon is playing.
Yeah, I mean, I think their defense is wildly underrated comparatively to where most people think it is. Everybody still remembers the Chip Kelly, we're going to throw it 875 times and play no defense teams. That's not what this team is.
No, I mean, this team runs the ball down your throat. They could throw it. Bo Nix is electric. They play defense. They're against the pass, they are like unfucking believable.
Yep.
I was reading some stuff and had to actually double cross check it because I was like, that can't be right, and it was right. This
What did
Oregon team,
what did USC score against Oregon? Like 20, and then they scored. What did they score against Washington? Like 40.
yeah, this Oregon defense is elite.
A little different than what they've been seeing.
These boys are coming to play. I expect Washington to leave Las Vegas tomorrow night with their heads on their shoulders, crying. I gave out a couple alternate lines. I could not give out all 5 of them because most people would not be able to get all of them. I like Oregon. I think they are good up to minus 23.5.
Woo! That's spicy. Wow. One more thing, and then I'm done with this game, and we can move on to whatever you guys want. I think there's also the if Washington loses this game, they know they're out. So if they go down big, they have no incentive to backdoor cover. None. What are they're going to get a bowl game regardless. So they're not going to make it into the football playoff if they're down 25 points in the first half. You're down 24 in the first half. You're not beating Oregon because you're not going to shut them out. So at that point in time, like, what's their incentive to try to backdoor this? I just don't see it.
Yeah. And Oregon just routed Oregon State, who held Washington to 0 points in the second half. Good luck.
Dude, I was talking about it with someone earlier today. I fully expect the score to be 28-7 at halftime, Oregon. I really do.
So first half.
What was that bet you were looking for, Chiefs? Do they score on every possession?
So I couldn't find the prop. I've seen the prop offered before on some offshore sites. Couldn't find it for this one. I was interested in betting Oregon to score points every time they had the ball.
They probably will.
Yeah, they could. Would not be surprised.
Well, do we want to touch the other Friday night game? We were talking about a lot in the chat.
If you guys want, I have no opinion on it.
Go Chase.
So I've been watching this New Mexico State team for, I don't know, several weeks. I would say more than half the season. I've at least tuned into every one of their games. They're wildly better than most people know. I understand that the Liberty's undefeated, and that they're ranked. I think that's going to draw a lot of public attention. The only thing that's a little concerning to me is New Mexico State kind of got on the map a couple weeks ago when they went to Auburn and beat Auburn. If that was a little less of a primetime game and a Power 5 team that they had beaten, maybe that would be helpful for our cause. But 11 seems like way too many to me. They did play Liberty at Liberty earlier this year in week 3, I believe, and they lost by 16. So, I can understand why the line is maybe as big as it is if they're going off that previous matchup. But this team they've won 8 in a row. I think Duke was saying earlier they've covered 10 in a row. They're way better than the line makers have looked at them all year. That's why they keep winning. So I would definitely lean on New Mexico State to keep this pretty tight most of the game, as long as they don't lose late.
Are we going to sprinkle? Are they worth a sprinkle?
I have zero opinion.
It's always worth a little sprinkle.
It's asking a lot to get the outright win, but they're hot right now, man. I mean, that offense looks way better, and the biggest difference between the first few weeks and the last few weeks is they're playing defense. They're holding teams under 20 points a game. You don't have to score as many points if you're going to hold them that tight to even keep it competitive. So
the good thing, Chase, about this game, about the Liberty game, is you'll be able to watch the entire second half when you turn off the Oregon game at halftime because they're
absolutely.
Hey,
yeah.
Isn't this the beauty of college football? You've got a team like New Mexico State that just beat the living breaks off of Auburn, who fucking was a miracle away from beating a team going to the SEC championship. It could end up in the playoff. It's like, what? This shit is why we love this sports. Fucking pandemonium.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to play New Mexico State on the number. I don't know about sprinkling on the money line. That seems like a big ask.
Yeah, let's move on to some of the bigger games. What else we got? Let's go down the slate, starting with the early game Saturday, Kmart.
I got you.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was actually going to jump ahead, but let me take a look at
Oklahoma State at Texas.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
Texas
honestly, I
minus
got
15
nothing on this. I don't know. I've seen a lot of people on Texas. Could happen, but Oklahoma State, I don't know. They can run the ball, chew up the clock. Like if I were to force this game, that's where I'd go. But I mean, that's honestly all I got here. I'm not going to force it.
I think Texas could win by about any number that they want to. They just have way better talent than Oklahoma State, in my opinion. But the question is, does Texas have a need to run it up? In my opinion, that's where this falls. Like, do they need to run it up to get in the playoffs? So let's say Alabama loses to Georgia. You know, obviously Texas is going to stay in front of them. But what if Alabama beats Georgia? Does Texas need to run it up for the style points? Like, where does the need for the margin of victory fall?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point because they're going to need as Joey says, beat the brakes off of them to get in the top 4.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, do they? I think a one-loss Texas team gets in over Washington, assuming they lose to Oregon. They've already beat Alabama in Tuscaloosa. So what one-loss team is getting in front of them? Ohio State.
It's all irrelevant, boys. Texas ain't getting into the college football playoff, right? It's irrelevant.
I mean, the only way it would happen is if Bama somehow beats Georgia. Then
it's irrelevant because Bama's not beating Georgia. Washington's not beating Oregon, and I wouldn't be shocked if Oklahoma State beat Texas in this game. Let's get into it. So I got 2 plays on this game. I played Oklahoma State money line plus 480, and I played them plus 15. This is an Oklahoma State team that we saw struggle last weekend. They went down big, ended up coming back, miraculous comeback. I think was it BYU? Yeah. Came back, beat BYU 40-34. Had an impressive win the week before versus Houston. Obviously got their shit pushed in the weekend before that when we nuked UCF versus them.
Yeah,
but dude, like let's talk about a few things here. There's no pressure on this team here. They're coming here. They're showing up Saturday ready to play football. Their season's over after this. They play in the fucking Pinstripe Bowl or the fucking Daddy Long Legs fucking
Tax Slayer.
Yeah, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Their season's over.
They're going to play in the Bojangles Bowl.
Yeah.
Listen, they have an opportunity Saturday to send Texas fucking packing. I fully expect Gordon have a huge fucking game. I think they run the ball on this Texas defense. Tons of pressure on this Texas team, man. I mean, for the last 2 weeks, I've been hearing, Texas deserves it. They belong in. Best win of the season over, Bama on the road, week 2. This team's impressive. They fucking let what's his name sit last week. They bring in Arch Manning, give him a couple passes, some style points, make it look cute. I wouldn't be shocked to see Oklahoma State pull the upset here and send the Longhorns packing. Horns down, bitch.
Let's love
go. Oklahoma State.
Horns down.
No, it's actually like this. Horns down like this.
I do it like this with my snub finger.
You.
Horns down, bitch.
1.5 horns.
I think Texas is on upset alert Saturday. Yeah, we sprinkled the money line plus 480 here. And it would be wrong for me not to share. It would be wrong for me not to share everything I played. I played Texas -6. I played Oklahoma State -6.5 alternate line plus 610. So it would be wrong not to share that.
And how many units do you have on the spread and money line?
Money line, a quarter unit, game 1 unit, alternate line was literally a sprinkle.
Interesting.
That's good management right there.
I mean, I would say this.
I
I
don't
don't.
do a unit on the money line and the spread because I hate money.
I don't think Texas has a like. If they did get down and the cards fell right, like they have nothing to play for.
I mean,
Like,
dude, the last couple of weeks they've had some impressive wins, right? They beat the shit out of Texas Tech last weekend.
Yep.
They beat up on an Iowa State team by 10. Prior to that, they barely snuck by TCU, barely snuck by Kansas State. I mean, this isn't a Texas team that scares me. Oklahoma State has what it takes to beat this team. You run the fucking ball down their throat and you keep Quinn off the field. You keep him off the field by controlling the clock. You keep the ball. Oklahoma State can win this fucking game. I'm telling you right now.
Strong words from a strong man.
Might have to follow you, Cheese.
Next
Think it's-
up,
think it's
Michigan cock.
And, you want to go? Well, does anybody have
No, we'll go in order.
on Miami, Ohio, and Toledo?
I didn't even know they were playing this weekend.
No, I mean,
Anybody on Boise State, UNLV?
I have no opinion on either of those games.
Yeah.
Lean boys.
Yeah, next one would be
see if I-
Georgia and Alabama.
Well, are we going to skip SMU Tulane?
That'll be next.
Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Georgia, Bama. To me, I kind of want to lean Georgia just because I feel like there's so much love for Alabama right now. They've looked good the last few weeks. They're starting to win some football games. I know they were shit last week. I know. But aside from that, they've been hot the previous few weeks and started to look like, Alabama that we're accustomed to seeing. But I don't see any way that Alabama gets in the college football playoff with a win. So what the hell's the purpose other than they want to win the SEC?
So Bama definitely gets in with a win here for sure. They make the college football playoff if they win the SEC after beating a 30 straight win Georgia team for pop. Back-to-back defending national champions.
How does Alabama get in over Texas?
Unfortunate.
Bama is an absolute fucking lock if they win this game.
How?
Because they just beat the best team in the fucking
Because they
country
beat Georgia,
for
But
the
they
last
lost at home.
750
We've seen
days.
it before, though. Remember, like a decade ago when Bama was in the Georgia spot and Bama lost in the SEC because they were just murking everybody. They still got in. Like it could be I agree with you, Joey. They should be in. Like to me, if they beat Georgia, it should be Bama.
So I'm just going to go on. I'm going to go on record.
Oregon and Texas.
There is a 0% chance with any scenario whatsoever where Bama wins this game, their season is over. 0. They make the college football playoff 100% if they win this game.
I don't think there's any.
Yeah.
But
It's sad, but it will.
I don't think they win this game either.
If they played Texas in Tuscaloosa, they lost.
Week 2. Committee will take that into account. It was week 2.
I don't care what week it is. If you lose to the team, you don't get to get in the playoff over them. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm saying
you
saying
do
Texas and
Georgia.
Bama will both get in. Florida State's not going to get in if this scenario happens because Jordan Travis is
Watch your fucking mouth, Kmart.
dead. Dude, you just have money on it. It's not going to happen. They don't want to watch the team get
They're letting
steamrolled.
the champs in. Watch your mouth.
They're letting the champs
You
in.
can't-
Everyone shit.
They haven't lost a game. You can't punish a team that hasn't lost a game.
This is why they brought a human element into it and kept the BCS out of it.
Then just put in the same 4 teams that you want to see play every year.
Thank you. Yeah. Don't
think
even
they
play the
do
regular
that?
season. Just put the 4 teams in. Kmart, Duke, what do you got on Georgia Bama? I think you're the sole leaner of Bama.
I lean. I'm just going to be a contrarian. I lean. I know they have looked good, but last week was the absolute. I wish they lost to Auburn because then I'd really be on fucking Bama because the narrative would be they have literally nothing to play for. They have 2 losses.
That's a whole new ball game there. Yeah. I agree.
Yep.
But they snuck by on a fucking helmet. It was literally 99.9% win percentage before that throw. So that was a miracle. But I still lean that way. I've seen a lot of Georgia love. So I don't know. I can see. I know you on Twitter, X, whatever. You're saying you didn't want to root for a 3-point win. Cheese. I'm fine with that. I mean, if I've got 5.5, I don't give a fuck where it lands as long as it's 5 or less. But so I lean that way just because of how I wish Georgia would have destroyed Georgia Tech by like fucking 40.
They sat a lot of key players. That's the problem.
Yeah, so my quick analysis on this game, so I want to be totally transparent here. I have $0 on this game. I don't intend on betting it. I'm not willing to step in front of the freight train that is Georgia at this point. We know, like, I love doing the weird, opposite, crazy, out of control shit, 9 times out of 10. But this Georgia team, I compare them to the Patriots teams for the last 15 years with Tom Brady, that just every time I thought I was so smart betting against them. Example, Falcons in the Super Bowl. Just
That
cost
one still hurts.
cost me fucking money. I am not stepping in front of this Georgia team who hasn't lost in 700 fucking days. Yep, I'm not doing it. I think Georgia.
Last loss was to who? Crimson Tide.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's Georgia or nothing here. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna watch the game. I'm gonna be at Santa's fucking village with my kids. But yeah.
I want to go.
I'm looking forward to it. My kids love that shit. But it's Georgia or nothing for me.
I agree.
I'm with Duke. I lean Bama. Like I lean Nick Saban. I think he can find a way. I mean, I'm sure nobody wanted to step in front of the freight train that was USC at Texas 100 years ago. But
USC was never a freight train.
33 straight wins, buddy.
That's great right now, pal.
Yeah. Number 1 defense in college football. Sure.
Unless you're going back to the Reggie Bush days. You're going back to the Reggie Bush days.
That's what he
That's
said.
what I'm talking about, dumbass.
Oh, all
I'm
right.
literally talking about that. What the fuck do you think I'm talking about? Fuck.
Right. I didn't know we were talking about college football from 2004.
I literally said it. You don't pay attention.
What year was he there? What year was that?
2005.
It was 05. Yeah, okay. I knew it was a while ago.
Yeah, 100 years ago.
18 years. Good times.
All right, SMU Tulane. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Anybody got action on it other than me?
I got nothing on it. I mean, I have no idea which way to lean. I got nothing.
Yeah, so I'm probably going to go on SMU plus 3.5. Seems like everyone's going to go on Tulane. I don't really think they've looked that great since they lost to Ole Miss. It's their only loss of the season, but they've been finding ways. It's been impressive. I've been cheering for them, along the way. It's just kind of a cool story. School that's kind of been in the dumpster fire forever, and they're winning 11-1. Gonna go to another good bowl game, especially if they win this one. But it's just such a short line, and I actually think SMU is going to win. I mean, it's 3.5. Like, not every game is going to land on 3. I think they're going to win outright.
What's his name back? Is he good? Is he good?
Was it last weekend
Stone?
in the group chat? I kept reading like SMU's up fucking 40-0. Right? Was it last weekend?
Yes.
59-9. Yeah.
They fucking were nuking somebody early.
Navy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's right.
Before they beat Memphis,
Duke texted the group. Imagine having hard-earned dollars on Navy.
Went on the road and beat Rice. It's like nobody that impressive, but again, Tulane's also not going to.
So Stone was hurt in that game, though.
Yeah, is he back? Is he okay? Because this is super smelly. If it's still 3.5, I'm down with you.
I saw a post about it. Like,
I thought it saw 4.5 or 5, but
imagine being up.
It opened at 4.5.
Imagine being up 40 and leaving your starting quarterback in.
Yeah. Like the last time I saw, he was questionable. Oh no, he's out.
Yeah. So that line is smelly. I'll be with you on that. If it's a backup and it just stays line locked at 3.5, 4, I'll fuck with it.
My favorite fucking words. Line locked. Duke knows. Yep. Yep. Like when
They
Clemson
lie.
sat at 2.5 for fucking a week.
Yeah.
Who knows?
At 3. You don't even
Yeah.
need the hook, baby.
Yeah, I don't even fucking want it. Notre Dame fucking sucks. Yep. Well,
What's
yeah,
next?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That's a spot where I have no opinion. But it would be SMU or nothing for me, with or without their starting quarterback. And the fact that you like it makes me want to jump on and tail. So
Yippee! All right. App State Troy. Anybody? Lines 5.
I haven't played it yet. I haven't looked at it. If I was looking at, I would lean Troy. I don't think App State can play fucking defense at all.
It can't.
No. So if I was going to play a side, I would lean Troy. I haven't done it yet, but that's the side I would look at.
Yeah.
I couldn't bet Troy for the simple fact that I'm 2-0 betting App State this year, and I want to leave it at that.
I don't blame you. I don't
Yeah.
blame you.
And then I'm sure Joey's going to have a lot to say on this. We got Louisville, Florida State, and this line is now down to 1.5 on DraftKings.
So,
With 57% of the action
Skipping the
on
Big
Florida
Ten?
State.
so
It's the same time. It'll be next.
I do have a lot to say about this game, to be honest with you. So I think Tate is getting a lot of hate here, the backup quarterback for Florida State. Talked about it in another group chat I'm in, where a lot of people don't know this that don't follow Florida State, but he almost took the starting job from Travis before the season started. A lot of people don't know that. He was taking first team reps prior to the season starting. There was some hype and some talk going around camp that Tate was going to win the job. I think Norvell needs to open up the playbook for him this weekend. Yeah, it's not a secret. I gave out Florida State at 18-1 to win the national championship back in July. This was the team I ranted and raved and screamed and hollered about all preseason. They ran the fucking table. I gave out their over wins total, which cashed without even fucking trying. Yeah, I mean, Louisville's getting too much love here. This Louisville team is absolutely fucking fugazi. I expect Florida State to beat the fucking shit out of them. I think with Travis, this line is -8.5. With Tate, I still think it's good at any number. I have not put it in yet because this line was trickling down. It was 3.5. It was 5.5. Then it was 4.5. Then I saw 2.5. Now we're seeing 1.5s pop. I will wait until game day, but you better believe I will be on the Knolls to beat the fucking brakes off of Louisville with Tate at quarterback.
Is this a Cardale Jones situation?
So are you referring to OSU team that won the national championship? Yeah.
The backup quarterback.
No, that is incorrect. With their third string quarterback.
There you go.
Yep. So I don't know if this Florida State, we were talking about it in the group chat earlier with Duke and Kelly, and I don't know if this Florida State team has the firepower without Travis to win the Natty. I really don't. Would I be shocked if they won it? Probably. Am I happy I have the ticket? Yeah, absolutely. You just got to get in. Once you get in, anything could happen, right? It's like March Madness, right? Dude, look at those numbers on defense. I remember in the beginning of the season, I was screaming in a group chat that Florida State had the best fucking defense in the country. Bro, against the pass, they are like top 10. Against the rush, they're fucking shutting people down. Florida State's defense single-handedly keeps them in football games. If Coach Norvell opens up the playbook for Tate, I think this Florida State team could beat any team in the fucking country with their backup. Florida State -1.5, -1, money line, however the fuck you want to look at it, will be a fucking nuke job for me on Saturday.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, once this line came down, I was all over Florida State. I mean, obviously, I said what I said about Florida State in the playoff, blah blah blah. But it's college football. There really shouldn't be that much drop off between your starter and your backup. Like there really shouldn't be. They were highly recruited, and the only reason they haven't opened up the playbook is they're just trying to get them comfortable. It's his first real action. And like to me, the telling point was kid brought him back from 12-0 in the swamp. Like, that's not an easy place to play.
Nope.
And that defense, I mean, it's truly the defense. You know why? It's like as long as he protects the ball, this is like the easiest bet to place of the season for me. Like win or lose, like I don't think I'm going to regret it.
Bro, this Louisville team is fugazi. They are absolute fucking trash.
Yeah, no. The one time I
They
bet
are
on,
trashier.
we bet on them against NC State. My God, I wanted to.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. This Louisville team is trashier than Duke's fucking mustache.
Oh my God, what is with you and picking on
Shots
it?
fired.
No, and we pointed it out, and we asked people in the beginning, Cheese, about this O line and D line. Like they're both like top fucking. What were they? Top 3 or something? Or
Do you remember when I said that in July? And everyone
Yeah.
was like, "You're fucking crazy. You just make shit up." Yeah,
Yeah.
go check it. Go
So-
check it. I fucking called it.
Your quarterback matters, but when you're in the trenches, like everyone talked about the Eagles last year, that the best O line, D line, like that takes you places. So, hopefully they can play tough. I mean, I wish Louisville squeaked out a win against Kentucky by 3. It sucks they just lost, but I mean Kentucky has their number. Hopefully, like Cheese is right, that they're fake and FSU can just pull their cogs out.
I mean, talk about a perfect recipe to beat a team like Louisville. If they can just dominate on the lines and run the ball and rush the passer, that's about all they need.
I agree. Duke, I can't believe you remember that conversation from July where I was like FSU as a top 3 O-line and D-line. And I was
our girl Kelly was like, "Really?" And then she sent it. She's like, "Oh fuck, they do."
Yeah, I was called
Yeah,
I was called a fucking liar. And I was like, "Yeah, watch this."
Yeah.
Yep. I'm glad we all agree. Chaz, are you going to be on FSU with the boys?
I was kind of leaning that way already. I just hadn't pulled the trigger. I haven't really done my research on that game because I've got a few of them before that I was worried about. But I don't even need to look into it. If all of you like it, yeah, I'm on.
Let's go.
And the last one is Michigan, Iowa, with a total.
Michigan or nothing.
I mean, yeah, I'm like for fun, I might have to play Iowa team total under 6.5.
Oh,
I might take it under 0.5.
yeah.
I've gone on record on this show saying that Iowa wouldn't score a fucking point, and I was correct.
Against Penn State.
Against Penn State, I said Iowa will not score a point, and they got blown out 31-0.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if Iowa finds the end zone if it's not on some like Michigan's up 31-0, like prevent fucking backups in.
And even then, it's 31-24 or 31-7. You're covering, So.
Yeah. Even then, I'd be surprised if this Iowa team could find the end zone, who might be the biggest pile of garbage football team I've ever seen.
Dude, they give up 12 and they score 15. But the funny thing is, everyone wants to go, oh, everyone thinks this Iowa team, they have a legit D. Motherfuckers don't know.
Bro, they play like Illinois.
Ohio State's D is better in terms of points per game. They allow 11. Iowa gives up 12. So, and guess who just put up 30 on that ass? Michigan. And guess who can score? I just don't know. I think it shapes up pretty much just like the Penn State game. We know what fucking Michigan bitched Penn State. I don't know how it doesn't just end up the same. I've heard a couple squares be like, I'll take Iowa because it's a lot of points. Kmart sent something or someone sent. The last time it's been 20 plus, these favorites have just blown them out. So it looks appealing. I'd be careful with taking the points.
Yeah. So we all agree. It's Michigan or nothing here.
Correct.
But like But like, let's be real. Like this Iowa team plays straight bottom barrel garbage, fucking trench eating, trashy fucking teams all season. Like you're playing the big boys now, pal. Like
That side of the Big Ten's just shit.
Yeah. This ain't
Straight
Illinois.
garbage.
This ain't Rutgers. This
Yeah,
ain't
no.
Northwestern.
Yeah, like listen, buddy. Brett Bellama isn't in fucking town this weekend. Like time to put your big boy pants on. Michigan is coming for that ass.
Did you
I
guys
agree.
watch? Did you guys watch Iowa's game last week?
Yeah.
Bro, that
Dude,
Iowa team straight garbage.
They should have had, that music they used to play during like the 40s and there's black and white movies where everybody's like slipping on banana peels and shit.
Yeah.
The whole game should have had that as the background music on both sides. But like every time they got the ball, I'm like, no one on offense is going to score. It's going to be a
You talking about the
defensive-
Iowa Nebraska game? Yeah,
It was so bad.
Lost money on that game.
So
Nebraska
fucking
won that
bad.
game. Yeah, that Iowa team is straight fucking booty. They are cheeks. They fucking blow.
Yep.
Wouldn't catch me risking my hard-earned money on that garbage ass fucking football team.
Michigan.
I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if they don't pass the 50-yard line. Yeah,
It's
that
entirely
offense is
possible.
that offense is that bad.
I worry. Here's where I worry it gets run up. Is it wouldn't shock me if Michigan scored twice on defense.
Yeah.
God, they don't even need to score the ball on offense.
I truly believe the only way Iowa scores points in this game is if Michigan turns it over in their own zone.
Yep.
It's the only way Iowa
They're never
scores.
scoring on offense.
No chance Iowa scores on fucking offense. None
Nope.
whatsoever. None whatsoever. Matter of fact, if that was a prop I could bet, I'd bet it. Right? Kmart, you're as
Well,
high.
will Iowa score on offense? No.
No.
Yeah,
What'd
absolutely
you
not.
say? I'm as high as what?
You're as high on Michigan as everyone else, right? I know it's one of your favorite, right? You love them, right?
Michigan? I mean, I'm probably not. I don't know if I'm going to bet it, but yeah, I'm not.
Oh,
on
I
Iowa.
thought in the group chat you were talking about playing them.
I mean, if I had to, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how everything else goes. Like, I'm way more interested in Oregon, FSU, and SMU at this point. Like, I'm not like if I'm 3-0 or looking like 3-0 because I think they play at the same time as Florida State. Then yeah, maybe I'll have some fun with it. But I don't know. I have no desire to watch the championship game in the Big Ten. I'll be
What
forced to
an
next year.
awful
though.
fucking game to watch that'll be.
Yeah. But yeah, hey Chris, what happens when you bet on poop?
You get the Seahawks, and they just held the Cowboys to a kick, even though they had first and goal at the 2, baby.
Game already started. Fuck, it's 8:30.